when... Hold on. Yeah, hello. Hi. What? Chat space. Hello and welcome to the Shark stream. Oh, give me a second. I need to get this out of my system real quick first. I'm still sick. I'm still working through this cold. It's not quite as bad as it was on Saturday when I did that hour-long stream of Separate Ways, which wasn't an hour long because I was sick, but was an hour long because we only had an hour. We had less than an hour of Separate Ways left. We had like 45 minutes of Separate Ways left. But hello, welcome to the Shark Stream. It's me, it's Gage. If you can believe it, it's Wednesday once again. And that means it's time for another round of Shark Streams. It's time for what is actually the first, full week of Shark Streams, since the start of the new year. I guess, technically, if you want to consider, doing Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday a full week, quote-unquote. But, I don't really consider that my normal schedule. But this is going to be the first, full sort of normal week of Shark Streams. We've got NieR today, gone tomorrow. No, we got Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. And just as an aside, in case you were expecting me to talk about it, just as a reminder, I saved Final Fantasy XIV discussion for Final Fantasy XIV stream, so I will not be talking about the recent FanFest keynote today. You're gonna have to tune in tomorrow to hear my thoughts on that. Audrey and B are gonna be back for Bayonetta 3 for the first time in a while, which isn't is really kind of a more of a so what am I fucking trying to say? The reason Bayonetta 3 has been kind of a long time in coming back to the Shark stream is mainly because I had them on, or we were collaborating on a couple other things where it's just okay, we did the Lethal Company stream on my birthday, and then we did the VGAs over on the Team Catful channel, and it's just it felt like a lot to do the VGAs and then do Bayonetta 3. And then, after that, the holidays were all happening, and it's just there's a point where it's just okay, because we had also hung out off stream, doing, I think, we got together with friend of the stream Lucas, Game Over Hell, and watched Home Alone together. That was a lot of fun. But my own personal hang-ups with feeling like I'm bothering people kind of kept me from being oh hey, are we also gonna do Bayonetta at some point? And then of course I eventually did mention to them, hey, do y'all want to do Bayonetta for in the new year? Get back into that. And then they thought that was supposed to be last Friday, but I took last Friday off because me and my wife Natalie were taking out her mom to dinner. Very nice Mediterranean place, absolutely delicious. And I ate a bunch of those leftovers the other day because I'm just oh, they're so fucking good. But yeah, Bayonetta 3 is going to be back on Friday. This Saturday, we're finally starting Alan Wake 2, the final draft, the New Game Plus mode. That includes some new content, including a new ending, which I'm very excited to check out. But for now, our focus is on NieR. Before we get started on NieR, a bit of going over sort of recent news. The big thing that I've seen a fair number of people talking about, Twitch announcing a layoff of about 35% of its staff, which is a huge number. And a lot of people are really concerned. And me personally, I don't really know how to feel about more than anything, my concern is for the sort of people that do this sort of thing for a living. don't get me wrong, I would love to do streaming for a living. I think that'd be the coolest fucking thing in the world to be able to, like, do this as, like, my full-time job. But, like, I'm not quite there yet. I'd like to get there at some point. But, like, right now, it's still a hobby, still a side thing, and I'm content to keep it that way, at least for right now. Which affords me a bit of flexibility when it comes to, like, hey, is the most recent Twitch bullshit going to disrupt my entire livelihood? Thankfully, no. But obviously, like I said, it is concerning when it's just like there's constantly things going on where it's just like the people that do this as, like, a living, like, you know, streaming, online, I hate to use the term, content creation, that sort of thing. I do feel bad for those folks, because it's just like, what, like, in between, like, this and, like, just, and it's sort of a gaming industry thing at large, I think at large is what I was trying to say, where it's just, like, people have been saying that, like, a lot of, like, the layoffs at some of these big publishers is, like, a sign that the AAA bubble is finally popping, which, yeah, it seems about right. And it sucks, because it's just, like, yeah, it's kind of showing how, like, as great as, like, I think, like, these things are, like, video games, like, streaming, it's just, like, yeah, the fucking landscape right now is so tumultuous. And 41, damn, I'm old. Hello, Lucas, welcome. That means that you've been subscribing to me for, like, we're getting close to, like, 4 years now. God damn. Like, cumulatively. When the fuck did I stream Metroid Prime? Damn, time passed fast. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah. Twitch layoffs, it's concerning. It's not something that is going to directly affect me or directly affect my stream. If something were to happen to Twitch down the line, as some people are speculating, I hesitate to say, like, doom posting, because all the speculation I've seen for it is just like, oh yeah, this sort of thing is probably years out, and, like, I would imagine so, yeah. That's probably not something that's gonna, like, happen fucking overnight, you know? So, if something does happen, like, the worst that happens with me is that, oh, I need to figure out how to pivot to YouTube streaming, how that fucking shit works. Which I'm not super jazzed about the concept of, but, like, I could probably manage it, you know? I'm not exactly, like, sweating over it. Other people I can understand. Like I said, the people that do this sort of thing for a living, yeah, it's really concerning for them, and, you know, I only hope, like, the worst doesn't come to pass, but this is the sort of thing that happens when you model your system of economics on infinite unsustainable growth. Sucks, don't it? We got a minute before we get started. Is there anything else? Raggy, did you have anything to talk about? Microsoft's got a developer thing next week. I'm looking forward to that. I'm interested in seeing what's going on there. See what they deign to show off. I think that's the only, like, major thing that I can think of. But again, I don't really pay attention to Sony stuff, so I don't know if they got something going on. And if the internet rumor mill has taught me anything, we're always on the verge of a new Nintendo Direct, like, constantly, pretty much. Oh, that is something, actually. Nintendo has been looking into, like, third-party developers to develop, like, I guess IPs they don't want to fucking do anything with. Which, I mean, you know, with something like that, you've got just as much chance of getting the next Metroid Prime than you do getting the next DMC Devil May Cry. So I'm not too worried about that. I hope somebody gets Star Fox and makes a good Star Fox game. Ideally, I'd like a good Star Fox game. Give me Star Fox. I can't promise I'll do anything with it because I have horrible ADHD. Anyways, let's get started. I need to mute the TV. Hold on. All rise for our national anthem. I always say that and I forget that it kind of takes a while to get there, but all rise, all rise. Hand over your heart.
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord. Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us!
Oh, it's fucking music to my ears every goddamn time. Nintendo always does directs on February. Ah! Okay. Well, I guess we'll be getting one in February then. I gotta wait until February to make my customary swing for the fences, announcement prediction, which is consistently Star Fox HD collection with everything up through the GameCube and up through Command. Well, actually, no. It's always been the GameCube, the HD GameCube collection, specifically including both Adventures and Assault. But I'm willing to accept 64 3D and Command as part of that batch, honestly. And then also what has also been added into that has been Metroid Prime 2 Remastered now, which for anybody else watching or whoever might be watching the VOD, I was talking with a friend of the stream, Lucas, Game Over Hell in chat the other day, about how if they do announce Metro Prime 2 Remastered, Twitch better lighten up its rules for not safe for work, because I am 100% not going to be normal about that game. State of Play usually has one or two notable announcements. Overall, the presentations as a whole tend to never be more than not too bad. Yeah. If this Direct doesn't come with Prime 4 announcement, I predict it being entirely reliant on third-party announcements, because Nintendo seems to only plan to release remasters plus the Princess Peach game this year. I am looking forward to the Princess Peach game. I think I would really like, this is the one thing that the video game industry is never going to do, but I think would be really healthy for it, is if they stop making consoles for a little while. Like, just kind of in general. Like, look, I don't need something better than the Series X. All the games that I've gotten for the Series X look great. All the games on the PS5 look fantastic. I don't need anything better. Like, what is the point? What is the point of like, at this point, any sort of like major increase to like graphical fidelity is going to be incremental. You know? Switch is failing to run its own first-party games well enough at this point. Okay, like, fair. But I just, people clamoring for the Switch 2 is just like one of those things where it's just like, I don't really care about the Switch 2. I'm fine with the Switch as it is, personally. But like, you know, I'm one of those guys that would... I'm the bitch that gets like the beefed up PC so that I can play like 15-year-old games at max settings, you know? Like, that's my thing. PS5 is on its third year, it barely had many big games. Yeah, and this is kind of weird to think about.
Sup?
I think PS5 really shouldn't die off in its sixth. Oh there, Popola told me about you. Just tell me where you're going and I'll sail you there. No charge. We're gonna go just directly to... Wait, hold up. Where am I going? Oh, we gotta go to the Lost Shrine, that's right. It's kind of weird to see people, like...
The Lost Shrine is at the other end of this cave.
It's weird to see people dunking on the PS5 these days, when it was 100% the system that everybody kind of threw their weight behind, like, really early on. I'm not trying to imply that, like, the Series X is doing better, but, like, the gap between the consoles is really kind of, like, starting to get less, you know? And, like, Lord only fucking knows what that's going to look like once, because, like, you know, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and they had to, as I recall, sign an agreement stating that, like, Activision Blizzard game, either Activision Blizzard games in general or specifically Call of Duty, would continue to be released on PlayStation consoles for at least a 10-year period.
The Shadow Lord's castle lies just beyond.
But, like, I don't want to make it seem like I think that, like, the fact that the PS5 is kind of, like, petering out a little bit is because, like, Microsoft's buying up all these companies. I don't think that's the reason. I think Sony has just completely fucked its own priorities recently. The reason I want Switch 2 is because I want things like Xenoblade X2 not looking like Wii U games anymore. Xenoblade 3 performance-wise is close to the best you can do on Switch. Studios like Monolith Soft and Retro Studios can and need new hardware now.
Let us make haste.
Perhaps. Perchance. So we're going to be getting, so if you played the game before, if you tuned in for the Replicant stream, you know what's happening now. But if this is your first time, experiencing anything with NieR, this is another unique feature of Route B. We get a little bit of extra context for a lot of the bosses, including these guys, which were the first bosses that we fought in the game. All those weeks and weeks and weeks ago. It's also going to be interesting to see where they go with their first new console that wasn't designed under Iwata. So there's a reason that we're getting this context. These aren't scenes that anyone in the party is seeing. This is specifically, this is that sort of thing, this is that shit they call dramatic irony. You know? When the audience knows something that the characters don't. In this case, like, we're now going to be privy to the thoughts and feelings of the shades that we've been slaughtering for this whole game. Like, when the audience knows the FF14 raid mechanics. Sure. Hello, Cal. Here's a fun thing. Okay, I can't start talking about Final Fantasy XIV, but I am going to go ahead and say this one thing. I've always interpreted the ability to see, like, AoE stuff and raid mechanics and everything like that as an extension of the Echo. That has always been my headcanon. That's where I'm ending the Final Fantasy XIV talk. Tune in tomorrow if you want me to talk more about Final Fantasy XIV. But part of the reason that we are getting this context is because Route B is sort of intended as the kainé point of view route. Oh yeah, I thought that was actually canon. Is it? I always just sort of interpreted it that way. I didn't think about whether or not it was actually canon. But yeah, so Route B is kind of sort of supposed to be like a kainé point of view. Right? This is one step further because as a video game, you're the audience and actively causing things that, yeah, exactly. And a funny thing we're about to learn about Kainé is that she can understand what shades say. Which, when we start learning about what the shades think and what their motivations are, more so than the plot twist at the end of Route A, casts everything that we've been doing into an incredibly tragic new light. Oh yeah, the player character's a dick. I would say, okay. NieR's a dick, but NieR doesn't know he's a dick, is the thing. This is kind of a weird situation where NieR has literally no context to know that anything that he's doing is really bad. Compare, let's say, to the protagonists of Drakengard 1, where you've got a guy who likes young boys maybe a little bit too much, a woman who eats babies, and Kaim, who is his own breed of psychopath, honestly. I remember Kainé talking to no one shades, and it was that weird quirk of hers. Which everyone only really starts knowing during the boss fight for the Law of Robotics key. It's a fun fact for you. Anyways, we should probably progress the dialogue. Hansel. Who are you? Go away, dirty, defective swine. I'm not like you. I'm different. I play video games. I'm not like other shades. I like Star Wars. I'm sorry. We are not the same. You're in her DMs. I'm helping her film her OnlyFans videos. We are not the same. That was a weird choice to make for that joke that I had made just now. Anyway. While you were succumbing to the corruption of shades, I studied the blade. You, what? What's up, Cal? Wow, wow. Took that in a bit of a different direction than I did. Only slightly. Only a slightly different direction. I am very eager to get to the junk heap as fast as possible because I desperately want to upgrade the World of the Recycled Vessel two-hander. Like, I really want to do that a lot. I want it. You again. Stop bothering me. Which shade is most likely to have an OnlyFans, but they post, like, nature videos? Oh, that's a good question. God, whichever one is living in fucking Sleeping Beauty, the Tree of Memories. That one in particular. Grimoire Vice has been taken away. I gotta make a gross noise real quick. 1 second. Oh, God. Don't get sick. I don't have COVID, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that on Saturday. It's not COVID. It's just a cold. I'm getting over it relatively quickly. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. It was actually kind of unfortunate timing, because I started realizing I was getting sick around the exact same time that I was thinking, oh, I should probably go out and get the new COVID vaccine, huh? And I was gonna do it last Friday, and when I woke up that day, I'm just like, oh, I caught Natalie's cold. And I thought to myself, if I got a COVID vaccine while I have a cold, I am going to feel like death warmed over the next day. And I'm glad that I decided against it, at least for right now, because I felt like death warmed over the next day, even without the shot. You. This does mean I still need to get the shot at some point, though. Apparently, if you take enough Benadryl, you won't feel like death the next day. Yo, we just gotta get fucked up on those bennies. Anyway, I gotta kill dudes. If you think the speed at which I'm murdering these guys is, like, comical now, wait until I have, like, a 999 attack power sword. That's gonna be funny. Source literally Twitter. Oh, that's another thing that happened recently. So, in another devastating blow to the Web3 space, thank God, Twitter has taken away the ability to connect your NFT wallet to the platform and use said NFTs as profile pictures with funny little hexagon shapes. Honestly, the speed at which you were murdering shades was impressive enough at the end of your day, so I'm glad it just keeps going. Which is very funny, but I am now confronted with the unfortunate thought of it's going to be harder to tell who's okay to bully now. Like, even I know, like, 1 or 2 people who, like, genuinely have blue checks for, like, legitimate reasons. Whether it's so that they can post higher, like, resolution stuff, post longer videos, things like that. For the purposes of, like, you know, making a living. Like, not so much the algorithmic stuff, which, as we all know, is basically a lie. But, like, for genuine, legitimate reasons. So, like, even a blue check isn't necessarily going to 100% be a signal. But the hexagonal Twitter profile pictures were, and now we don't have that anymore.
This is all too easy.
I'm almost disappointed.
Oh, I just remembered. Yes, I got Dark Phantasm up. Okay. Alright. Oh, they already killed most of them. Okay, never mind. I was really excited to use Dark Phantasm. One thing that's been going on with Twitter is, like, incredibly weird ads. Like, I remembered, like, one day thinking just, like, Twitter's showing me a lot of ads for bras, which, I mean, thanks for, like, the encouragement with regards to, like, gender stuff, I suppose, but, like, this isn't really something for me right now. And then, like, I started seeing people talking about constantly also getting bra ads, and I'm just like, oh, it's not just me. Okay. Well, I suppose that's good. That it's not just me. And I remembered seeing somebody talk about, like, what's it going to be like, and, like, seeing people posting, like, ads that they've been getting that have been, like, perhaps a bit more risque, than, just bois. And being like, can you imagine having to do, like, social media for your job, and, like, opening Twitter, and this shows up? And, like, I remembered seeing that, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys in on a little bit of a secret here. So for my day job, part of my responsibilities is that occasionally, I work customer service. Occasionally, I do need to engage with our company's social media. Mostly via... Turn back, turn back.
Who are these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety cage.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
We also get Tyran's running commentary now as well. Tyran is voiced by Spike Spencer. Goldie mentioned she's been getting, like, straight up someone's asshole as an ad. Amazing. An ad's hole, if you will. But it's just like, I saw someone being like, oh, can you imagine, like, having to, like, run your job's social media and getting, like, these nearly pornographic ads on your work computer? And, like, okay, I'm not the one who's out there doing, like, actual social media posts for my job. Like, again, I do, like, the social media customer service stuff. Like, somebody says, like, oh, I've been having this issue with my service, and for some reason thinks Facebook is the best avenue to let us know about it, as opposed to, you know, calling in and talking to someone. I'm the person that, like, responds to them just like, yeah, hey, if you DM us your account number, we can go ahead and help you with this. After which they DM us our account number, and I have to tell them, oh, I can't do anything about this. Sorry. No, I don't do that. Listen, I complain about people in my job constantly. But at the end of the day, I actually do really like helping people. Like, occasionally, like, I'll get someone just like, I know exactly what to do to help you, and you're going to be so happy once I do. And it's genuinely maybe one of the best feelings in the world. But as somebody who does that, we don't actually use a program. We don't actually use the social media, like, desktop app or anything. Like, there's like a specific, like, sort of social media congregate service that, I mean, I guess based on my own experience, I'm assuming plenty of other companies use as well, where essentially you can check out messages on, like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, which we almost never get anything substantial on. It's usually like a bunch of PR stuff that just we get tagged in. Like I said, it's mostly Facebook we end up hearing from. But it basically means that I don't have to engage with the actual website at any point. So that was a very strange message to see someone talking about with regards to these ads, because it's just like, hey, I've actually been on the other side of this, and that's not really how that works. But also, it's not that big of a deal because I work from home, so it's just like the most that I have to worry about is like maybe my supervisor decides to Hoodoo. Maybe my supervisor decides to like check in on my remote desktop visual at some point, and like maybe I'm using it to like check somebody's like region and on Facebook to make sure that they're like talking to the right person. And even then, it's just like there isn't really anything that happens as a result of that. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went gestalt before the change was complete. And after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we could spend the rest of our life... What was that? That was me. It was me. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Kainé, Emil, I want you to... Look, I'm sorry, alright?
Sorry for what?
I'm going to talk to the villagers. I want them to let you in.
Oh, it's no big deal. Right, Kainé?
I'm used to it.
Well, you shouldn't be. It's crap, and it needs to change.
I wish everyone felt the same way.
Emil.
It's all right, really. I like camping out with Kainé. It's kind of fun, in a weird way. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
Kainé's embarrassed. Here we go.
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. What do we got here? Medicinal orb. Medicinal orb. Yo, these herbs, medicinal. I need to snack real quick. I'm suddenly getting very hungry. I'm not sure when dinner's happening right now, but I've got snack. A buttery, buttery snack. Or at least it's like butter flavored. I don't know if it's like actually butter or not. Is it butter flavored? No idea. Might just be butter flavoring. Oh, okay. So what I got here is this is so Cheetos has a bunch of other snack types that they put like Chester Cheetah on them. And it's usually like Chester's, whatever, hot fries, popcorn, whatever. This is the puff corn. This is basically like a puffed corn snack. That is essentially supposed to kind of be akin to popcorn, but without like kernels or husks or anything. There's a poem on the back that I will now read to you. Chester's the name and snackin's my game. These puffcorn snacks are sure to gain fame. They're the puffiest poppable bites from the north to the south with a crunchy corn taste that absolutely melts in your mouth. Rhythm on that one is maybe a little bit off. So taste for yourself this delicious light-tasting treat. I'm sure you'll agree there's no other puffcorn to eat. Chester Cheetah. All over the place, rhythmically. Rhyming is a little weak, honestly. Gage, what if this was intended to be a rap? No, it says a corny poem from Chester Cheetah. If it was a rap, they would have called it a rap. Gulp. All right. Let's go beat the shit out of Gretel and feel bad about it. Don't you touch them! Keep in mind, NieR has no idea what the shades are saying. Only us and Kainé are privy. Damn you!
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
They're just... Stop! They can't defend themselves. I'm not even doing anything.
Lure them to the light.
They're just running into the light themselves.
Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that stone statue. It's the leader.
I am not their leader. It is I who rely on them. It is they who saved me. Well, they're not... Stop hurting my friends. I'm literally not doing anything.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying here.
You can sort of hear Spike Spencer in Tyran's voice at the times where he just sort of starts sounding like an evil Shinji Ikari. AKA Shinji Ikari. Got him. Follow me for more Evangelion takes. The game is stuttering a little bit, which is weird. Oh. Ah! Okay. That is the game, by the way. Not the stream. The game is stuttering for some reason. A little bit, yeah, he sure does sound like evil Shinji.
You felled the beast.
I love that it doesn't even look like he hit him with his sword, or hit her with his sword there. It just kind of looks like he punched her whilst holding said sword. Those are my friends! I like that the statue kind of looks like it's crying. Whoop.
Oh, this is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Ow.
Damn it, damn it!
Hey there, Sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this freak, are ya? Ain't no turning back now.
Ow.
You gotta lust for blood. You gotta embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kainé?
I'm trying to let the dialogue finish. There we go. Whew.
Kainé!
She'll probably be fine.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The roughest part of that is the fact that... Move, come on, you stupid arm, move! We are incomplete, but our friends make us whole. She's having a whole ass shonen speech. We are mocked, abused, and hated, but our friends keep us strong. It's a shame we have to kill her. That is what keeps us going. Do not stand in the way of our lives. Those are my friends. Come on, move. The roughest thing about that is the fact that
Hurry! Strike it down!
you can kind of see, like, kainé, when she doubles over, like, it pushes further into her. Anyway. Sorry I ruined your big shonen moment. Thud.
Kainé, are you all right? We've got to get help.
I fear there is little we can do.
No! Kainé!
There may be little you can do. I'm super cool. And a awesome guy.
What is that?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kainé! Kainé!
Sure was a direct shot down Kainé's butt crack. Thanks, game. The game says you're welcome.
Look at Kainé's shade!
We've no other choice. We must strike it down.
Kainé! Please come back!
Are we done? Damn. Whoop, whoop. Ow, fuck.
Stay your blade. Magic is required against this foe.
Oh, was there
Oh,
more?
dear.
Kainé! Kainé!
Well, now we're gonna get a moment where I actually don't have to press A for a little bit once Emil starts off. So I'm gonna enjoy that.
Kainé.
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with you.
We're always going to be together, Kainé. If you transform again,
Putting my
we'll just
controller
stop
down?
it again, as many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kainé. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak and sad and lonely, but somehow you make me strong. You're my friend and I need you, so you can't go away.
Emil's voice actor fucking nails that, by
Alright.
the way.
All right. Stop crying.
Like, god damn.
Thank you. I'm all right.
Out here, killing it. Over there. Obtain a mysterious stone fragment. Emil, my son. What is this? I have no idea. How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola. It's a cipher of some kind. Can you determine its meaning? I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. Just take a look at this! I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. Yes, words do generally mean things. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for sacrifice and loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue. Popola voice, you know what I mean, dickhead. No problem. If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right? Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage. We kill them all or they kill us. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord. It won't be easy. Kill Shades and save my daughter. Easiest thing in the world. But how can you even be sure that she's... Because she is, alright? So the junk heap in the Forest of Myth, right? I'm on my way. Please be careful. Junk heap, oh. Oh, and listen, about Kainé and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just, they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can, but can you please give them a little more time? I guess. Junk heap, junk heap, junk heap. A bitch needs to upgrade their big sword. I'm bitch in this scenario. I don't know if that was clear. Popola said we might be able to find a key fragment in the junk heap. Perhaps we can find a clue at Two Brothers' weaponry. Alley-oop. Bolly-boop. Bolly-whoop? Anyway. It's probably easiest just to go out the north gate. Ah, how nice that we don't have to worry about fucking side quests anymore. Because I've done all of them. There isn't a single side quest I've forgotten. Don't look at the percentage completion. Don't look at it. Stop looking at it. Da, da, da. 97 out of 97. Yes, exactly. You got it. You got it. So something that I've been thinking about a little bit recently has been so what am I trying to say? So recently I've been doing streams of a couple of games that I genuinely wasn't sure if I was ever going to feel comfortable streaming. Those games, of course, being Deadly Premonition 2 and Bayonetta 3. And for a bit of context, in case you're not aware of like why I might not have ever, why at any time I may not have felt comfortable streaming these games. Both of these games are games that had pretty major controversies prior to their release. Deadly Premonition 2's controversy being the transphobia present in the narrative. And Bayonetta 3's controversy having to do with accusations from Bayonetta's original voice actor about like disputes of how much she was being paid. Now, the Deadly Premonition 2 stuff ended up being somewhat addressed by a post-release patch, and just was generally more of sort of like the result of naivete versus like outright malice. And the Bayonetta 3 controversy, of course, was entirely misrepresented by the person making the accusations, and wasn't nearly as ridiculous as she made it out to be. Which, you know, was also... What also didn't help her situation was that she then suggested that people donate to conservative charities, which is a bit of a red flag, perhaps. We're grateful that the Dead Premo stuff was mostly addressed. Oh, absolutely.
Damn it! Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape!
Are we gonna die, Mom? My child.
There's something over there!
You're almost grown up now, my child. Stay strong. You must run now. Do you understand? Run as fast as you can. But what about you? I'll challenge them. That will give you time to escape. No, you can't. Be safe, my child. Be safe and happy. Promise me that you will remember your mother. Mom? Mom, wait, let's go together. Mom, wait! I gotta, like, clear my throat out something fierce. Mom, no, don't leave me! I'll never forget you, nameless NPC. I mean, she... Excuse me, she has a name? It's Khalil's mom. Mom, why? Oh, hey, god of the robots. Who's there?
Who are you?
I'm Khalil. What's your name?
Military Defense Robot P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes.
I'm crying, you big dumb robot. I miss my mom. God of robots. Mechonis. No, different game. Different game. Reel it back, Lucas.
What is crying? Who is Mom?
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. It doesn't matter. I can't see her ever again because she's dead. Do you think that a shade can be dummy thick? I'm just asking questions. I love how much he looks like a tin toy from the 30s.
My creator is also dead.
I mean, kainé. Yeah, but kainé's Tyran conforms to what is already kainé's body, you know? I mean like a shade. One that's not like possessing somebody. We ain't ever seen any big titty shades. That's all I'm saying.
He perished hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago? Really?
874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the internet exists. Yeah, but I'm not talking about on the internet. I'm talking about in the NieR universe. Aren't you lonely?
I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying.
I'm crying because I don't want to die.
You will die.
If the humans catch me, they're gonna kill me.
Why will they kill you?
What?
I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil.
I will not permit the humans to Khalil. Wait, hold on. I fucked that up. Huh?
Military Defense Robot P-33 will protect you.
You're gonna help me?
P-33 is charged with defending others.
I love that his fucking idle animation is like. Anyway,
P-33 will defend Khalil.
he's just grooving. Oh, hooray! Thanks, robot. Since we're friends now, I'm gonna call you Beepy. Anyways.
There's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow! Check this out! It looks brand new!
Hey, be careful there.
I'm fine!
Oh no. no.
Huh?
Look out!
Good job, idiot. How did they not hear the giant robot footsteps? They were distracted, okay? They couldn't hear the giant robot footsteps over Gideon's dumb decisions.
Jacob, no! No, this can't be happening!
What am I fighting for? Excuse me. I love how he just tears his whole ass arm off.
No!
Now that's a Shinji scream. That's that Spike Spencer scream. So glad that joke transcends microphone peaking. Brother died. Robot in proximity. Robot killed my brother. Flawless logic. Wow, that was scary.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think they were chasing me. They seem nice. You know, Gage, you're right about Gideon. What specifically am I right about Gideon about? Like, of course I'm right about Gideon. But, like, what am I right about? I feel like, you know... Hold on. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. He sucks. He's the Juju of NieR. When you play Xenoblade, you will know what I mean. Yeah, I've played Xenoblade 1. Well, fuck, now I need to fucking... God damn it, Lucas. God damn it, you've piqued my interest. Damn you. I feel like, so there's been that meme that's been going around of, like, people being like, hey, draw your comfort characters in, like, the Steven Universe parody comic panel. And I feel like Beepy and Khalil are perfect for that. Where it's just, like, Beepy being like, I think we're going to have to kill this guy, Khalil. And Khalil being like, damn. I love that. I think we're going to have to kill this guy meme. Yeah, that one. Like, BB and Khalil are perfect for that.
The junk heap. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
Yes, and also, I need to upgrade my weird dragon sword. Please. I'm begging you. Making, like, metallic screeching noises. Yeah, exactly. Hey, fucked up brother. How you doing?
Oh, hello again.
You're the little one, aren't you? You've grown. How fares your brother? My brother's been dead for 4 years. I see. Well, we should be off then. Okay, it was nice seeing you. Please forgive the question. It's okay. Look, I need to ask you something. What is it? Oh, fuck. Excuse me. You heard any rumors about shades around here? Not the little guys. I'm looking for one that's unusually big and strong. I gotta take like a deep breath here real quick. Okay. No, I haven't heard anything about like that. But I haven't really been listening. I just want to destroy robots. Rip them up. Okay. Well, never mind then. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Gage. Listen. I'm still getting over a cold, okay? Sorry to bug you. Wait! Yes? I recently got my hands on a weapon. A very powerful weapon. I thought you might get some use out of it. Obtain the two-handed sword, Iron Will. No, I'm laughing at your misfortune. Fair enough. Do we not already have this weapon? Shh, these things happen the second time around. I love that they voiced this line for the remake. Like, I love that this is a line that they just, not only did they decide to keep in for the remake, but they said, you know what? We're voicing this one too. This sword has seen better days. Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now. Can you repair it? I can repair anything with the proper material. If you'll fix it, I'll get the parts. Yee! I'm so glad I decided not to throw this out. I'm gonna need some memory alloy. Only the real big enemies in the second basement level have them, so watch yourself. Also, here's the passcode to get down there. Use it on the elevator. Obtained B2 passcode. Oh god. You got it. I'm gonna need some memory alloy. Here we go. So this boosts it to 730 right out the gate. This boosts it to 760. And then the next one will boost it to 999. Now, I think that is better than what we've got. And it's not quite as heavy. Also, it's got this cool, like, ember effect, so that's nice. Hee rip him out. Wow, you found the passcode to unlock B2, the mirror version of the internet's favorite android. No, that's P2. Oh, wait, no. Nah, well, hey, no. Okay, you know what? I see what you've done here. And now I look like a fool for not getting the joke right away. You fucked up, you fucked up. Got him. Hold up. Do I have water? I do have water. And that's all my water for the rest of the stream. Okay. Hopefully I don't die. So I'm hoping that we will be able to find at least one piece of Damascus steel on this run. So that we can get the final upgrade. Dalmasca's steel. Yes.
It's a shame about the older lad. He was but a child.
He died protecting the only family he had left. It's a damn shame.
Choose a destination. Batu. How many bits do I redeem to keep you from dying? 1,000,000 bits. Or just however many you can spare.
The elder brother postponed his joy for the sake of his sibling.
Wow, right.
Truly happy.
Did I ever do word edit on this? Hold on. Pahulath Mahira. Mahira.
He was able to help shape the life of his brother. I'm sure that was rewarding.
It probably wasn't. Probably wasn't. Gideon sucks. He was happily hearing, Jacob, I'm hungry. 24/7. So I was getting to like trying to make a point earlier with when I was talking about like games I was hesitant about playing. So I kind of came up with this idea that I sort of like stuck to for Deadly Premonition 2 and Bayonetta 3 for a while, because I really wanted to play those games. They were games that I had been looking forward to for some time, and there was a part of me that knew that I was just like, there's some part of me that's going to regret not playing these games. And like I said, by the time like we found out about a lot of this stuff, like I had always sort of suspected that like what Swery had done in the story for Deadly Premonition was a lot more of like a naivete thing as opposed to outright malice, because I knew that he had also done The Missing, which I absolutely fucking loved. So I was just like, there was a part of me that was thinking just like, there's no way that the guy who like made The Missing like would be like intentionally malicious, you know? Like that's kind of what I went into it with. And then, of course, we did eventually find out later on that, like, the whole thing with the Bayonetta voice actor was, like I said, intentionally misrepresented. But I told myself that because of these, like, that doesn't necessarily change, like, the conversation about voice actor pay, because like voice actors do get paid a quite frankly shockingly low amount for the effort that they put in and how important their work is to the medium. And that shouldn't be ignored. And it's kind of unfortunate that, like, you know, anytime like a bad actor tries to like take advantage of people's sympathy in order to like push their own agenda, like consistently it ends up hurting the cause more than anything. Bayonetta VA's attitude was incredibly unfortunate because I did absolutely love how she voiced Bayonetta. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't, and just to be clear, I don't dislike the new VA. Like that's fucking Cortana in it. Like I'm not about to say that like she's bad or anything. I think she's great. But like it is a shame because the original voice actor's take on Bayonetta was like iconic for that character. But what I had sort of determined is that the way that I was going to handle it personally was that I was still going to get the games and I was still going to play them, but I wasn't going to like talk about my experiences with them, specifically for the reason of I didn't want to be a part of like the advertisement for the game, you know? Like I wanted to like exist outside of like the zeitgeist for it, so to speak. Where it's just like I felt like I'm already kind of where like you don't blackball yourself from the industry just for political gain. I wonder if she was trying to bring attention to the problem but also misrepresent the situation to make it seem more dire. I think if I remember correctly, I think there was talk about how like she was getting out of the industry to begin with. If I recall correctly. But I'm also not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. But yeah, like my strategy was essentially like play the game, don't be a part of, like, the kind of, like, don't give it, like, free advertising, and wait until, like, the sort of, like, relevance of it, quote-unquote, has died down to the point where, like, it's not something that, like, you can... It's something that you can, like, talk about, like, more in hindsight and, like, talk about sort of, like, what effect it had, things like that. Right? Like, that was my plan. And I thought... And at this point, having, you know, finished Deadly Premonition 2 and started Bayonetta 3, I still stand by that as, like, my policy. I wasn't going to quote you, but then you said not to. Anyway, you had a point. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a safe way. Yeah. But I was thinking about this, and I've been trying to find, like, a way to put this into words. With regards to, like, thinking about other ways to go about this, you know? Like, because here's the thing. Natalie's been watching a lot of Five Nights at Freddy theory videos. And I've talked about this before. There was a time where I was planning on doing, like, at the very least, an attempted run of all of those games. And this was prior to finding out that, uh-oh, Scott Cawthon's been donating to like, radically anti-LGBT conservative politicians. Oopsie daisy. And that was the point where I decided, okay, yeah, no, I am not touching this series with a 10-foot pole. And I mean, like, I had plans, you know? Like, I was gonna do, like, book streams of some of the book club streams of, like, some of the novels. I was gonna, like, do, like, hype up, like, playing through, like, newer games and things like that. It was something that I was genuinely interested in at the time, because this was a series I was genuinely interested in at the time. And I had to just sort of, like, put all those ideas on the back burner. Thank fucking God I didn't get art for that yet. Or I hadn't gotten art for that yet. Now, the Five Nights at Freddy fandom is a hardy fandom. They're not gonna let something like donating large sums of money made from game sales to conservative politicians stop them from putting more money in Scott Cawthon's pocket. I'm not trying to say that they've got a, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? What's the word? For when, like, you stick to your principles. I'm not saying that they've got a problem with sticking to principled stances or anything, but it's maybe a little weird, right? It's maybe a little weird, right? Integrity. That's the word. I'm not saying they've got a problem with integrity or anything, but it is a little weird. Speaking of which, another big thing that happened recently, MatPat's retiring. Finally, no more theories. Anyway. But, like, I was thinking about it recently. And here's the thing. I was always going to probably bounce off like a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's games because it's just resource management, right? Like, it's all just resource management. It's resource management, hitting the right buttons at the right time. I was going to fuck those up constantly, and I was never going to be any good at them. Like, 100%. Never at any point would I have been good at those games. But I played a lot of first-person horror games in my time. So chances are, if I had gotten around to it, I probably could have managed Security Breach pretty well. And then, of course, shit happened. It's just like, okay, I guess I'm not fucking getting Security Breach. But one of the side effects of your wife watching a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's theory videos is that you end up seeing a lot of Security Breach footage. And there's a part way at the back of your mind that's just like, yeah, but what if? What is Emil doing? Emil, are you good? There's a part of the back of your mind that's just like, yeah, but what if though? Like, what if we thought about this just a little bit? And I like to think that, unlike some folks who maybe I won't necessarily, like, whose names I won't necessarily mention, I actually do have a fair amount of integrity, you know? He's threatening you to hit with his stick if you play Security Breach. So, like, there was a part of me that was wondering, is there any way that I could ethically source this? You know? Outside of outright piracy. I'm not saying it's an option that's off the table. I'm just saying outside of that. And I mean, like, the obvious answer would be buying it used, you know? Getting a copy of it that doesn't put money in Cawthon's shitty fucking pockets. Outside of outright piracy. Yeah, but what if you pirate it? What if I did? But, again, outside of that. But yeah, like, the obvious answer would be, like I said, buying it used. But then, like, I thought about it a bit more. My strategy with Deadly Premonition 2 and Bayonetta 3, which I think works pretty well for, like, a way to sort of, like, not necessarily, like, properly, quote-unquote, properly enjoy those games, but, like, just as a way of, like, not feeling like I am exploiting any sort of, like, controversy surrounding them, is that, you know, I wait for their day in the controversial limelight to be over before actually playing them. The problem is that because of the way that Five Nights at Freddy fandom works, you see, is that they're constantly drip-fed incremental pieces of information about, like, major mysteries that I feel like will never truly be solved, because then you remove all the magic from the world, I guess, or whatever. How its entire, like, being is built on the back of theory crafting. It's unfortunately never quite out of sort of, like, the cultural eye. So there isn't a way to get around the idea of, oh, I need to play this when people aren't talking about it, because quite unfortunately, people are always talking about it. And, like, this is something that's, like, probably pretty unique to Five Nights at Freddy's specifically. Because I don't think that there's, like, there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of, like, these, like, mascot horror games that, like, are similar in, like, what they try to do, but aren't being talked about quite as much. And, you know, speaking of, say, fandoms that I'm not saying they lack integrity, but, you know, hey, didn't Poppy's Playtime tie big lore drops to NFTs? How are we reconciling that? Is that just sort of a thing that they're like, oop, whoopsie, and they moved on? Like, are we just gonna accept that? I hope at the very least they lost a lot of money on it. Like, I would say, like, the one sort of, like, series that was big on, like, the theory crafting as advertisement. Hello, Ion Agenda. Was, like, Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I don't see anybody fucking talking about Dark Revival these days. But then again, maybe that's just because Natalie hasn't gotten around to watching Dark Revival theories yet. Of course, I would probably argue that Bendy did it the absolute fucking worst. Simply because when you really got down to it, that game didn't have anything for an ending. Like, it had all of this build-up, and then the ending sucked and was bad. So unfortunately, I didn't find any Damascus steel this go around. But it's fine, because we're going to be coming back here at least one more time. Oh, so here's something, here's another thing, actually, that's going on. Or, well, no, let me go ahead and put my final thoughts on this first. So, I haven't figured out, like... Because, like, the other thing is, there's plenty of other games where it's just, like, there's major issues one way or the other with, like, whose pocket the money that I'm using to buy those games goes into. That it's just like, hey, there's the possibility of, like, maybe one day... Is there a possibility of maybe one day looking at this game once the conversation around it has died down and I feel like I'm either not exploiting the controversy for views, or B, I don't feel like I am adding to this game's like sort of like word of mouth advertisement. There's another obvious example for that, and it is a particular Wizard game, but that has the exact same issue of, well, okay, even if I were to, say, pirate this, which I'm not saying I would, but it's not off the table. Like, is there ever going to be a time where me playing this wouldn't be part of this game's word of mouth? Probably not. Like, as much as I would want it to be otherwise, this is still like a worldwide phenomenon of a franchise, which sucks. And I know it's been like kind of slowly dying out over time. I wish it would maybe go a little bit faster. But, you know, these things take time. Yeah. But, like, obviously, the point that it's at right now isn't one where it's just like, I would in no way feel comfortable playing this, even out of bile fascination at this point, you know? Like, that's the thing. That's the thing with, like, bile fascination, is just, like, there's a point at which you need to... Okay, we'll get to this in a moment. There's a point at which you need to kind of, like, question, like, is me... In my going out of my way to dunk on this game, is there the possibility that I am giving it the word of mouth that it wants or needs? Right? Like, there already wasn't going to be a lot of people buying Gollum. Let's be real here. So, I didn't feel bad buying a new copy of that game, because it's just like, look, it's me going out of my way to play Gollum isn't going to, like, be at the point that I bought Gollum. Word of mouth was already rancid for that game. And I'm pretty sure that in the middle of me playing it is when the developer decided, oh, we're not going to develop games anymore. Yeah, fuck it, we're done. So, like, that's not exactly one that I feel necessarily bad about. But, like, something like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which I actually found out the DLC for that isn't even on console yet, I think? Which is weird to think about. Because usually you want to make sure that that's, like, when you've got a game that is currently on all consoles, or on all platforms, and you decide to develop DLC for that, usually you want to go ahead and drop that simultaneously, right? Just another example of the quirky nature of Security Breach, I guess. Like, what, did they throw out the console ports and decide they just weren't going to, like, support them at all? What the fuck is going on with this game? There's another part of this where it's just, like, I don't think anybody on, like, the team for Security Breach were particularly proud of the fact that, like, or I don't envy their job. Like, okay, I know people who actually genuinely respect the developers of Security Breach as, like, as a team of people working on this game, you know? And, like, I don't want to, like, shit on them unnecessarily, you know? Like, all of my issues with Five Nights at Freddy's is specifically all on Scott. So I don't like envy the fact that they had to keep making that game during a time where attitudes towards the franchise were, let's say, tumultuous. Where you, on one side, you have the people that are upset about the series for like a genuinely good reason, and then on the other side, you've got either the people that see supporting Five Nights at Freddy's now as like a social need, where it's just like, we need to stick it to the snowflakes, or the people who fall into that category but like still genuinely like the series, either out of like genuine enjoyment of like, you know, community or like the story that's been built up, or maybe just sunk cost, honestly. I don't envy them being in that position, like, at all. The game's a mess. The game in its development was a mess. Like, I can't personally talk, like, okay. Natalie was watching a recording of a stream for Help Wanted 2, and the first hour of it was the streamer trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Like, they're trying. And, again, like, I preface this with, it's a miracle any games get made at all. It is. It is a genuine fucking, like, miracle that anything comes together, ever. Like, with all the moving parts that they have to work with. It is a testament to the work done by developers that any game gets made, ever. But I'm also going to call a spade when I see a bad game. Because, like, I feel like I think I've talked about this before. Where it's like, there is a certain... I'm going to continue this scene, actually. Hold on. Okay, ready? What's a ship?
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over bodies of water.
Yay! You're so great, BB. You've learned so much.
You have taught me much, Khalil.
I think it's an interesting dynamic here that Khalil is the one teaching BB things.
You have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world.
Well, there's tons of stuff I don't know either. Maybe you should leave here and go explore the world.
Because we are friends.
That's right. Yay! It's gonna be fun. I sometimes hesitate when, like, I want to start talking about, like, potentially, like, not enjoying a game or thinking it's bad, and I feel like I end up kind of, like, tying myself up in knots, giving, like, caveat after caveat about how, like, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to say that, like, they shouldn't have bothered, or, like, the developers themselves are bad, and it's just, like... I feel like people get caught up on that a lot, and it hurts being, like, genuinely honest with ourselves and our criticism when we try to, like there's a fine line between, like, calling a spade and, like, just being hurtful. And I think generally you can tell when someone's just trying to be hurtful. And it's just like, the issue is me tying myself up in caveats. Like, I don't find a problem with saying, like, you know, prefacing something with, like, you know, it's, you know, it was a lot of hard work to put something together, but the end product sucks. It's when I start, because, like, one of my biggest fears is that I play a game out of bile fascination, and, like, the developer tunes into my stream and then I feel really awkward about, like, shit-talking a game. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like my stream is big enough that it could get that kind of attention. Like, I don't think it is. But there is still, like, at the back of my mind, just like, you know, what if I start a... Like, what if I decide, oh, hey, I do want to try out Bendy in the Dark Revival, and then, like, I start going on and on about, like, how much, like, I despise, or not despise, but how much I dislike that a majority of, like, mascot-style horror tends to be made with theory crafting in mind. You know? And then, like... And then, like, what if I do that, and, like, somebody from... What's the goddamn developer? Joey Drew Studios? Is that what it's called? I forget. I forget what it's called. What... Like, I worry that, like, a developer from that studio, like, pops into my stream because it's like, oh, hey, here's a plucky diamond in the rough VTuber who is playing my game. Let's see what they think of it. And, like, they get in here and I'm just, like, tearing into, like, the entire, like, foundation of, like, theory crafting as advertisement. Like, that is genuine, because again, it comes back to, I don't want to be hurtful, but I also don't want to misrepresent my point. I don't want to misrepresent that, like, maybe sometimes a game is just bad, you know? Like, we can twist ourselves up in knots talking about how, like, we should be respectful of the work the developers put into it, and we absolutely should, but also sometimes the game is just sucks. Like, a lot of developers spent a lot of time working on Gollum. That doesn't make Gollum a good game, unfortunately. It makes it a finished one, which is a accomplishment in and of itself. And as I mentioned when I was playing that game, I actually do like a lot of the attention given to, like, the world within the game, and reading through, like, the kind of, like, development notes for how they came up with certain ideas, and I liked seeing, like, new designs for characters. But the game sucks. That's some pretty impressive stuff you found. I'll start upgrading your weapon right away. I won't charge you for it either, since you helped me out. A lot of developers put a lot of work into Gollum, and you can tell where their good ideas went awry, and it can make you feel bad, but the game is not good. Exactly. And, like, this is the other thing where it's just, like, there is a level on which, like, I respect a lot of, like, the construction of, like, lore and background for a game, because, like, quite frankly, as a writer, like, I keep a lot of, like, lore and, like, minute details just kind of in my head without writing them down, which is not a good practice, by the way. Write your fucking ideas down. It is a miracle I haven't forgotten half the important shit that I've come up with over the 10+ years that I've been working on various pieces of fictional work. Write your fucking ideas down. Just putting that out there. Like, I got ADHD. It's a miracle I haven't forgotten anything. So I can respect, like, when Natalie decides to put one of these, like, theory crafting or lore videos on, I can respect the amount of information that needs to be, like, established, the links that need to be put together, and everything. But I can also recognize that, like, this feels like a weirdly exploitative way to advertise your game by, like, encouraging theory crafting, you know? And, like, people have fun with it, sure, but, like, they're having fun with it because it was designed as a thing for them to do. you know? And like, I don't know. I would say that it feels different from something like FromSoft's games, like the Soulsborne games, where like you can find like bits and pieces of stuff here and there, because all the stuff is there. The puzzle pieces are all there, laid out in front of you for you to put together. Whereas like with lore crafting videos, it's just like, oh, do you want to figure out, or do you want to find out what, or with theory crafting, it's like, oh, do you want to find out how this fits into this? Like, it's getting to the point of like, fucking Star Wars expanded universe stuff, or like how the expanded universe is right now, where it's just like, better buy the book, better buy the graphic novel, better buy our, like, Goosebumps analog series now, better buy our NFTs, where it's just like, you can't just put all that information in one place where I can, like, put this stuff together myself. Like, and I mean, you know, the FromSoft stuff isn't necessarily, like, immune from this, because, like, you know, how much shit do they, like, how much, like, dope shit do they put in, like, DLC, right? But it's also, like, how much DLC does, like, a FromSoft game get? Generally, like, one, at most, I think, maybe 3 major expansions. My approach is just, I played this game, how did I feel about the end product? If any aspect of it stands out, even if I thought the game was bad or mediocre, I'll point it out and praise the thing. God, I hate that shit. God, I hate that shit with regards to the lore versus theory crafting. I get more often than not the team tried really hard to make a good game, but still. Yeah, like, it's a calling a spade sort of thing. Well, actually, this is going to take a little more time than I thought. No sense in you waiting around. I'll send a letter once it's ready. That would be great. It seems we have some free time on our hands. I think last time I went for the Force of Myth, but I do want to find out what happens if I go speak to Popola now. I think this puts me on the path for the Aerie? Maybe Popola has some new information. Let's go see her. Very well. Regarding Gollum, any game that gives me a person-sized microwave that distinctively microwaves people on screen, and you don't let me die in a microwave. Bad game. I mean, they do let you die in the microwave. Like, I get where you're coming from, but that is very much a thing that happens. Like, I demonstrated that on stream. I died in the microwave. It took more than one go to die in the microwave, if I remember correctly, but I did very much die in it. He demonstrated the weakest kill room in gaming history. It took 3 turns. Did it? I don't really remember that well. But it happened. You know what that feels like to me though? That feels like that room was initially an instant kill, but in playtests they found people were having so much trouble getting through it, which I did, that they eventually had to, like, turn down how much damage the room did. That's what that feels like to me. That room was 100% an instant kill in beta. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's kind of a shame that more games don't have, like, I remember back in the day, like, so many games would have, like, making of documentaries. Like, even if they ended up being bad games, like, you could download, like, making of videos from, like, Xbox Live and stuff. Or, like, you could go to, like, tune into, like, fucking G4 or Tech TV, and they would have, like, oh, and now, like, a special on the making of this game. I remember that just being like, that was always one of the coolest fucking things. And it's kind of a shame that they don't do that anymore, but also I kind of get it. Like, especially with the advent of social media, where, like, they can just put a lot of their making of updates, like, just push them to Twitter.
Hey.
Ah, you're back. Have you learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key? No, sorry. This is really hard. Loyal Cerberus might refer to a dog, but I've never seen anything that would fit the bill. Well, keep trying, Popola. You're kind of my last hope. I'll do what I can. Oh, and by the way, I was walking by your house earlier and I noticed you had some mail. You might want to check it out. Oh, thanks. Oh, this puts you on the track for the first round of, fucking, what is it? Goddamn... Facade, that's what it is. The problem wasn't the room damage, the problem was the puzzle design sucked. Maybe it was one of the... Okay, so... There's also, of course, the possibility that, like... The puzzle design wasn't something that they could change without, like... crashing the game. You know, like how they have to, like... People flying out of bounds in a game and finding, like, a randomly placed piece of fruit that has a note attached to it saying, hey, if you remove this, the entire game bricks. So, instead of being able to change anything, they just had to turn down the damage the room did. Official notice. As per Rule 25,656, please consider this your official notice that the King of Facade has chosen to enter into the ceremony of matrimony. Please lodge all objections and/or congratulations through the official channels stated in Rule 38,585. Sincerely, the Facade Royal Office of Marriage and other legally binding contracts and concerns. Or... Fromolbk. Hey guys, it's me, the King of Facade. Sorry this is all formal and stuff. Listen, I'm getting married and I really want you to come, so get over here. Oh, I'm familiar with the 3 Boulders of Orgrimmar. The king is getting married. Ah, it does this old book good to see a boy become a man. It would be rude to miss the king's wedding. We haven't been to Facade in a while. We should pay them a visit. It feels like there's an implication here that, like, he hasn't visited any of these fucking towns in the 5 years since Yona got kidnapped, which seems wild to me. So something that I was thinking about the other day, can I kill this in one hit? That's a big yes. By virtue of them being, like, the 2 big MMOs, and thus, like, the ones that most people are likely to play. Listen, sweetie, daddy has a migraine and needs to take a depression nap. What? What? Oh, for the 5 years. So he was just napping for 5 years. Oh, wait, we got this now. Hold on. I can't talk yet. 1 second. They turned our beautiful forests into this. No, my brother. We dare not. We cannot defeat these humans in direct combat. Have faith in me. I know they can learn to live alongside others. I know it well. Damn, hope we don't have to kill that guy. Anyway, so by virtue of them being the 2 big MMOs, World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV, they're also the ones that I tend to see the most fan art for. Like, there is an artist that I know who started out as a big World of Warcraft fan artist. And eventually they pivoted to Final Fantasy XIV and started doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV fan art. A good chunk of it not safe for work, which was just great, honestly. Like, good for them. But I was thinking, like, there are other, like, major like MMOs out there that lots of people play, and I do wonder like what the kind of like the fan art game for those MMOs are. Like, I don't generally see, like, I think the only one that I've seen like a smattering of fan art here or there for on occasion has been like Guild Wars 2, right? But like, what does fan art for like Elder Scrolls Online look like? Like, who's out there doing Elder Scrolls Online fan art? I would genuinely love to see what a fantastic example of Elder Scrolls Online fan art looks like. Genuinely. And then, like, there's also, like, you know what? I was thinking about this, I think. What spurred me to think about this, I think, might have been the Dan Olsen video about Decentraland, because he starts talking about, like, that one company that, like, buys the servers for, like, quote-unquote, dead MMOs to kind of, like, keep them running for, like, the handful of people that are still, kind of loyally playing them. Which is, you know, a pretty neat service, honestly. Like, and like, if it only takes like a skeleton crew to like at the very least keep those things up and running, like, I think that's pretty neat. But like, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, do any of these, like, maybe not even like the larger MMOs, but like maybe the smaller MMOs, do they have a fan art scene? Like, I know people that are still that are excited about the fact that like fucking City of Heroes and City of Villains are going to have like fan-run servers now, like, that are allowed to stay up. What's fan art for that look like? You know? Oh yeah, I'm playing on that server. Yeah, like, that's neat. That's super cool. What does fan art for that look like? Oh, I never got into it much, but it's cool. Yeah. Hey, Kingy Ding. Oh, you came. It's been so long. What?
I hear your days of bachelorhood are coming to a close, King.
My deepest sympathies. I'm just kidding. You'll love married life.
Forgive my prying, but we are all eager to know the identity of your lucky bride.
I feel like superhero games have a lot of potential, if only because the character creation system is very in-depth. Yeah. Oh, yes. How rude of me. There she be. How nice to see you again. Like, hey, look, I made my character. Yeah.
Have we met?
It's me, Fira.
You have grown into a fine example of womanhood. I am sure you will make a splendid queen.
Kainé's gonna want to see this.
Indeed. But I am truly glad to see you all. Did you know that my bride threatened to boycott the ceremony if you did not come? That sounds like something Fira would do. Ah, are you Emil?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Congratulations on your wedding.
I don't need to translate that.
I'm sorry Kainé's not here, but...
Let me guess. She's outside, right? What nonsense. The girl knows she's welcome here. And now I insist that you stay with me tonight as honored guests of the royal family.
How can we refuse?
By saying no, idiot. Got him. Hurry! One of our brothers is caught in a human trap. Why would they hunt us? Bunch of flea-ridden curs. Better clear them all out. Can't be letting them spoil the king's wedding, eh? It was all the masked people's fault. Or at the very least, a couple of their soldiers who decided to take it upon themselves to just slaughter the wolves. Good job, dumbasses. Oh, because it's relevant to the game the game we're playing, I just got a comment about 51 minutes ago from somebody on I think this is last week's NieR stream, part 7. Kavi is not the only company to do game credits in alphabetical order. Insomniac does it the same way, sometimes in regular alphabetical order, sometimes in reverse alphabetical. Honestly, I like it. That's interesting. I wouldn't know that offhand, because I don't think I've finished an Insomniac game yet. Raggy, have I ever finished an Insomniac game? Raggy doesn't know. He's just napping on the PS4. What have they made? What have they made that I've played? I should probably look. Ooh, excuse me. Look into that. Insomniac games. Because I've played some of Spider-Man PS4, but I've never finished it. Okay, how many games are they actually going to list on their website? Like, how far back does this go? I haven't really played a lot of Ratchet and Clank. I think I tried playing, like, the remaster of the first game, and I kind of bounced off it. Oh, they made Song of the Deep. No shit. I think I have that. They did make Spyro, didn't they? Oh, and they made Resistance. I forgot about Resistance. I think somewhere in my mind, Resistance and Killzone get conflated a lot. I just don't understand why they have a rule governing the timing and water temperature. Just be glad they don't have any rules about flying books. Hi, Kainé, hi. Hi, Kainé. Kainé? What is wrong? I don't like this. Weddings are festive occasions, you know? Should I even be here? Everyone forgot about Resistance. They sure did. Perhaps you could slip a few profanities into the ceremony so you feel more at home. Shut up, asshole. That was a serious question. This city runs on rules, not prejudice. And besides, the Queen owes you her life. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I guess. Will you at least procure a new set of lingerie for the festivities? Some spring colors, perhaps? Vice, when is fucking periwinkle not a goddamn spring color? I suppose like icy. You could probably say it's a winter color. Like, I feel like that's pretty springy. You know? Like flowers. Leave Kainé alone. Keep talking, Vice. See how smug you are when I toss you on a campfire. Oh. Can't sleep? Weddings are so exciting. I may not sleep for days. Hey, hell, Emil, it sounds like you're the one getting hitched. Yeah, I know. Although I'd like to get married someday. I mean, if I can find a girl, wink wink, who doesn't mind what I look like. Yeah, so what was your wedding like? Did you have a huge feast where you made lots of toasts? Was there dancing and jesters, bears on unicycles, and... It was a long time ago, Emil. Well, would you ever have another one? Alright, that's enough weird questions. Go to sleep. I think it's an important question. Also, I'm gay! The harvest was weak again this year, and the people are beginning to go hungry. And our quarrel with the wolves has taken a turn for the worse. The duties of a king are overwhelming. In truth, I feel somewhat guilty about holding a festival to celebrate my wedding.
Finding light in the bad times is the mark of a true leader.
I couldn't have spoken better myself. Your people deserve a moment of rest and celebration.
I guess that's true. Give me 1 second. Oh, Catpool's streaming tonight. That's cool. We'll have to make sure to raid them. They're streaming in 5 minutes, in fact.
And a man works better when he has something, or someone to fight for. Trust me, this is a subject I know well.
We should make that a rule. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Someone to fight for. Yes, I like the thought of that. We're going to be making marrying someone, compulsive. Everyone has to marry somebody when they come of age. It's a rule now. Damn, Bork's busted. Young one, fight! I don't know if that's the kind of thing that you want to take out. That might be a leave it in sort of injury. I suppose it doesn't matter. What have we done to earn such wrath? You are right, my brother. We move tonight. The humans will pay for what they have done.
How nice! A wedding! Flowers everywhere. Everyone's happy. It's great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you kind of jealous, Kainé? Oh, come on.
Hey, are you guys done yet? And thus, in front of these beloved guests, and per Rule 904, I hereby request that you seal your union with a kiss. This sort of thing is always hard for me. How nice. Nothing could possibly spoil this moment. The wolves are coming. Run. Uh-oh.
That
Oh boy.
wolf is a shade.
I'm not going to read that line out loud. He's upset that they killed all the wolves. We will abide your existence no longer, mankind. Hey, can you, like... You will atone for your sins with blood! And encounter's over.
Here!
No! Why did you protect me? Here, please say something. My husband. Enough. The people are nervous. You're more important to me. Thank you. You're going to be all right. Thank you for making someone like me your bride. Vera, no, don't leave. Vera, come back. She's gone, my liege. A prouder, more splendid queen there will never be. Life had just begun. You came from the outside. Your life was hard. But now you are finally going to be happy. My liege. We were going to travel, to see new things, to be together. We were going to be together forever. We promised each other. All men, take arms. The wolves die tonight.
I would rethink this course of action, King. Ahead lies a battle you cannot win.
That's not actually true. My liege, we mustn't. Then I'd go myself. You can't, my lord. Then they must die. Kill the wolves. Kill them all. Damn, he's getting pretty Gideon-coded right now. The queen would very much frown upon this course of action. You are the king and leader of the masked people. Your duty is to your people and their homes. While the threat of the wolves looms large, we must first solidify Fasade's defenses. I beg of you, do not bring shame to the queen's memory, as a ruler or a husband. I have to snack for a moment. Give me a second. Watching Vera get got always makes me hungry for some reason. That's not actually true. Gulp. The king's grief is strong. I doubt he will stand down at this point. Imagine like Vera gets got and then along the bottom of the screen, you're watching the Disney Channel. No, it's like, what the fuck was it? It was in goddamn Legend of Korra, where, like, there was the fucking, they attacked, like, the fucking pro bending match, and with SpongeBob laughing at the bottom of the screen. Amazing moments in broadcast television. I think you're right. Sooner or later, he'll go charging into the wolf's den. Will we let him go by himself? Of course not. Then we must prepare for the fight. It will not be an easy one. I know. Well, what next? Let's head for the Forest of Myth. Popola said we might be able to find something in the Forest of Myth. You will forgive me if I seem less than enthusiastic about such a trip. Get me out of here. I keep thinking about, like, new things that I wanted to talk about. But then I forgot one. There was something that happened recently that I was actually really excited for that wasn't the FF14 thing. What was it? Why am I forgetting now? I was just thinking about it. Fucking hold on. Oh, that's right. Dorohedoro Season 2 got announced. Which I'm really excited about, because I don't know if you know this, I fucking love Dorohedoro. It's a really good series, and you should check it out. I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with it, because, God, it's been like, what, 4 fucking years since Season 1 came out at this point? And, like, I don't know, like, I'm not sure, was it, like, not particularly popular, or, like, what happened with that? That it's taken this long to get around to doing Season 2. We just don't know. Or I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. But I'm glad we're getting it. Because that is just such a good fucking series. But, like, I'm wondering if they will, like, try to condense it at all. Just in the event that, like, they're not confident that they'll get a 3rd season. Or if they will, like, stick with, like, the pacing. And it's going to be interesting if they do. Because I'm gonna... This is a pretty minor spoiler. There is a large chunk of Dorohedoro that, like, the front and center main character, Cayman, is not truly present in any major way until, like, very close to the end. For various reasons. And, like, I don't know... I forget, like, how close we are to that particular, like, part of the story. In part because I don't fucking remember what was covered in Season 1. So, at some point, I am going to need... Shit. I am going to need to rewatch Season 1. But yeah, Dorohedoro, very good. Very excited for Season 2. What else been going on recently that I wanted to talk about? Oh! So I recently went over to my my Tumblr blog, which you can find at xshark.tumblr.com. It's incredibly basic looking because I'm using, like, the, like, default layout that, like, used to be on Tumblr, but I don't think is there anymore. But I decided I wanted to check out, like, all of my past Shark Stream announcements from, like, way back in the day. Like, I'm talking, like, 2016. And I found them, and it was really interesting to go back to that, because, like, for my previous... From back in, like, 2016...
This is the village from the dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
And yet... because, like, back in 2016, the way that I was announcing streams was by creating images in Mitomo. I hadn't gotten to the point of, like, buying art for streams just yet. But Mitomo was a really fun way to, like, create those images, especially when I had guests on stream, because, like, I can pull in my me and, like, a friend's me and just, like, put them in a scene together with, like, the game's box art in the background. It was cool. It was fun. And I began to think about how a lot of those streams are just sort of lost to time because it was before I started, like, exporting things to YouTube. And then I remembered that actually there were a few that I did end up exporting to YouTube, and I went back and I found them. Which was neat, honestly. It's neat to know that, like, I've got those there. They're all generally terrible. Like, they're not particularly good in terms of, like, video quality. They're all, like, sub-HD picture quality. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello. Hi there. How are things? Huh? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree. The Divine Tree? Yes, it's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of the village. Did you investigate the cause of this presence? Not really, no. And why not? Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree except for prayer. And why is that? I don't know, alright? It's just how things have always been. Weird. Let's go check out the tree. Let's have a little text adventure. We are the grass. We are the trees. We are the woods. Who's meowing? Why do we always seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately? You should talk, Vice. Pah! As if Grimoire Vice is capable of spouting such nonsense. Hang on, I don't think he's done. The dark form that governs all memories. May the words form themselves to your liking. That would be nice. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. Black, pure darkness, painted over everything. Words scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. This is wrong, whispered the tree in the voice of the wind through the leaves. This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once, long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached hospital sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. And then Elon Musk bought it and changed the tree's name to T. No, he wouldn't have done something so clever. He would have changed it to, like, Q or something. But only because there was a previous online service that he had been a part of but was forced out of, that he had wanted to name Q, and everybody hated the idea. And now that he's bought the tree has dropped in value by like 71.5%. The boy, too, had abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred swell within the dark recesses of a young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep green eyes. You right, plus I think that's enough of that metaphor. What have I written in this already? Oh. Yeah, no, we want to hold on to that. Okay, so everybody remember green eyes, okay? I need everyone to remember green eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. but he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, that this might not be so. But this conversation never happens. Green eyes? I thought you said bean eyes. Cosmo. That's another one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I had the thought of doing a stream of one of the Fairly Odd Parents games, that's one that I feel like could fall into a category of, like, no one's fucking talking about this anymore. I'm not adding to this series, like, word of mouth advertisement, and I don't even think it's being made anymore, really. So, like, there would be no monetary gain from me playing, like, breaking the rules on stream, you know? So, like, that would fall outside of, like, the same, you know, going back to something that we were talking about an hour ago. That would fall more into outside the category of something like Five Nights at Freddy's or Wizard Game, where it's just like, there really isn't any sort of, like, tangible benefit to me playing through Fairly Odd Parents Break Into Rules on stream, which I want to because I actually grew up with that game. That game is genuinely nostalgic for me, even if it is bad. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere, deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind, lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 63 companions. Companions? Okay, remember 63, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Ah yes, Rule 63 bean eyes. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: lost.jpg. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. Okay, another example of a game, and really a game series that it's like, I can't play this because there's, like, material benefit to, like, the shitty people that make it, that I, like, play it and show it off and talk positively of it, is the Assassin's Creed series. I wanted to do a playthrough of the Assassin's Creed series for the longest fucking time. Because I've played a couple of those games on stream. I've played Syndicate, I've played fucking Origins, I played Rogue. I wanted to do a stream of, like, a lot of the mainline games from the beginning. And then Ubisoft just went and shit itself with controversy after controversy and just, like, awful employee treatment. And now they're talking about using AI-generated NPCs in their games. And it's like, every time Ubisoft says, like, a new thing that's just the worst, I'm just like, okay, time to double down on never playing any of their games ever again on stream. So far, the only ones that I've played on stream that have been Ubisoft games are ones that I accidentally forgot that they were Ubisoft games, like the original, like, Avatar, the video game, the James Cameron one, and then, like, Star Wars Episode 3 for the DS is an Ubisoft game. But, like, I've avoided playing any Assassin's Creed games. I really wanted to do Rayman 3. You need to understand this. I fucking love Rayman 3. It is another game that is hugely nostalgic for me. And it's just like, I can't do it. Because they're still doing Rayman stuff. They're talking about doing, like, fucking, goddamn, what's it called? I was gonna do Prince of Persia games. Can't do that now. I was thinking about, they're talking about doing, like, Beyond Good and Evil, like, a remaster of it. They haven't announced it or anything. They're keeping it in their back pocket for when they get into into hot water again, which with the recent AI announcement, they might. So keep an eye out for an announcement about the HD remaster of Beyond Good and Evil. I played that game on stream before, fucking loved it. Really upset I'm gonna have to never do that again. And, like, that hurts more than, like, this is the part where I angrily shouted, Yoko Taro! Oh, Lucas, you're gonna love the weapon stories when you get to Replicant. Trust me. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories that it so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. But yeah, the Ubisoft thing stings a lot more than, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's or Wizard game shit, where it's just like, I didn't really have any sort of, like, deep connection to Wizard game. So, like, not playing that was an easy decision to make. Not playing Blizzard games ever on stream was an easy decision to make. Not playing the Five Nights at Freddy's games on stream was a little bit harder of a decision to make because I was actually genuinely into, like, lore stuff for that game for a little while. But, like, the Assassin's Creed one is one that stung probably the most of any of them, because it's just like, I loved those games. I loved those games so much. And I was so excited to play more of them. I had plans for, like, art I was going to get. I picked up, like, character and costume references and pose references. And then it's just, like, never touching it ever again. I still want to play at least the first 4 Assassin's Creed games, to be honest. Yeah, and it's just, like... Again, I don't want to imply that there's anybody that, like, has, like, an issue with integrity. I've seen, other, like, Let's Players and streamers that I know, playing through those games very publicly. So, not necessarily streaming them, but, like, playing through them and talking about them, like, on stream. Like, I kind of envy that. Because it's just like, yeah, I could probably, like, go out of my way to play the Assassin's Creed games on my own time if I really wanted to. I would feel weird talking about it, like, publicly, because, like, it would feel like I'm giving them free word of mouth, you know? Also, I found out that the voice actor for the guy for the main character in the new game is the dude who plays Agent Stone in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, and I was so pissed because I'm just like, I really like that actor. And there's a part of me that's just like, oh god, I wish I could support you in this, my guy. And I don't want to, like, make it seem like I'm not blaming him for taking the job. Like, for God's sakes, like, I get it. Like, sometimes the hustle is important. Like, putting money and putting food on the table, that's super important. And, like, far be it from me to be like, hey, you shouldn't be taking this incredibly prolific, and I hope well-paying voice acting job. But it's just like, God, I'm never going to go out of my way to play that game. And that sucks. Definitely don't like what Ubisoft turned into, but they had a golden era back in the 7th gen. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Hello? Someone's at the door. What you got there? What you got there?
Mexican rice, chicken, tortillas, and a little bit of red salsa.
Ooh! Thank you. Thank you, friend of the stream and housemate Opal. Hit the dab, quick.
Okay.
Hit the dab. Yeah! Opal, hit the dab.
Hit the dab so good. Raggy's really trying to scribble out.
You can go, let him scrimble out.
Okay, I didn't know.
He's allowed to scrimble. Moose isn't allowed to scrimble in.
Oh yes, I just didn't know if you wanted to keep them in during your stream.
No, it's okay.
Anyways, hello, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Everybody say bye, Opal. Okay, let's pick up a chunk of this chicken. Put some of this rice in here. Ow, hot. Hot rice. Hot rice. Picking it up with my hands. A little bit of red salsa on this. I found out that there is a taco place a little ways away from us that does breakfast, and I'm wondering. You missed Gage being upset about Ubisoft. No, you were Lucas was here for that. What you missed was Opal being here. JB. Oh my god, taco breakfast is good. Yeah, like I feel like I've talked about this before. We went to Austin one time. And I got a breakfast taco there. I think it was just scrambled egg and chorizo. It was just fucking delicious, and like I've been chasing that high ever since. All you need, baby. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the man and his companion entered the room. Oh god, I have to do voices. Mexican dishes is something I really like when I can get it, but usually destroys my stomach. My body can't handle it. It do be like that sometimes. Honestly, I eat so much spicy shit that, like, sometimes I'm kind of surprised that, like, the worst that I get is maybe, like, heartburn. Sonic the Drive-In. You mean Sonic Burger, of course. Used to have a breakfast burrito with egg, tater tots, jalapenos, and chorizo. We still have it, but it's just sausage. Why it surprises me that, like, I sometimes don't have to deal with anything worse than a little bit of heartburn is the fact that I am so incredibly white. Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room Daddy had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Daddy suddenly saw a familiar sight. I think a typical Brazilian body can't handle most non-Brazilian style breakfast. It was the forest of myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. As Daddy stared into the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Look. A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It looked to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth, sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. This shade appears to be consuming the memories. That little thing? It's barely worth my time to kill. The tree extended a branch toward Daddy. Without a second thought, Daddy brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree. There is the conviction memory I had lost. And satisfaction. And many others as well. Yes, this is good. Oh, I got hiccups now. Fuck, said the tree. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. Ahem. I implore... I implore... Oh, that was actually a real cough, and it fucked it with my throat. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, God. All right. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. Hey, look, Gage, you're voicing it well. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? Green! It spoke! This shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Daddy brushed Vice's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Daddy. I must touch him. I must make contact. Midorida! The moment its fingers brushed against Daddy, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out into its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New, powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions it had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implored you. How many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beast? Her daughter and 60 wans. I gotta eat more. Hold on. Let's put some more chicken in this one. Grab a couple chicken chunks. Alright, rice is cooled down enough that it's not so bad to grab it with my fucking bare hands here. Get that in there. Alright. Oh. Oh. Get me some salsa. Okay, there we go. No, get out of there. This trial surely made many a text skipper fume in frustration. They're a fucking problem. I need a napkin. Give me 1 second. Oh no! Why did I think that bringing the taco with me was a good idea? Now I've dropped rice everywhere. Fuck. Give me a second. Here, check out the new BRB screen while I get this taken care of. And we're back. I hope you all enjoy the new BRB screen. I thankfully didn't make too much of a mess, so it was not difficult to clean up. Make something for raids I gotta dip out. Alright, have fun raiding. How long have I been going for? God, it's been 3 hours, really. I feel like we haven't made a whole lot of progress. But also, I have been stopping to talk about things a lot this stream. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key! Shouted the book. Grab the key! The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. Next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of began to pack as infinite black burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world of... I implore. Most important thing. World. Excuse me. I feel like I keep going for yo. Nah. Like constantly anytime I do this, so I'm just gonna go with Yona. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letters slowly faded, Daddy was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. Only choosing the pause before going, nah. Fucked up if true. What in the... I never realized that shades were capable of rational thought. I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. Can't I just kill something without all this voodoo nonsense? With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind. See, that's... Now we know that's a joke about needing to redo the fucking game multiple times. Well, what next? Let's go speak with Popola. Maybe Popola has some new information. Let's go see her. Very well. Yes. Let us see if Popola has new information for us. Let us just see. This is fun because this is very much not the order I usually do this shit in. Oh. Like, usually, like, 9 times out of 10, I feel like the way that I go through this usually ends with, the, facade key being the last one that I get. So I'm thinking something that might be interesting to figure out is if there's a way for me to set it up so that the area is the last thing that I do.
Hey.
You learned anything about the fuck. Hold on, let me try again. Should I leave and then come back? No, just keep... Okay. You learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key? You know, I was just going to talk to you about that. You remember the Airy, right? That depressing shell of a village? Or facade, you're forced to wait for the wedding letter first, though. Yeah, but you can get that early. So, what I did this time is I went to Two Brothers Weaponry first, and then went to speak with Popola, who, because you haven't gotten another key fragment yet, instead, because I think you only can, excuse me, I think you can only get the Aerie if you have done at least one of the other keys so far. Oh, excuse me. My nose is runny. Or at the very least, like, it might be that you can only get it if you've done the Forest of Myth. I don't know for sure because I've never done this in, like, a weird order or anything. But both Two Brothers Weaponry and Facade can be split up into 2 segments. So I did Two Brothers Weaponry first, and then I did Facade. Because since I hadn't gotten a key fragment yet, when I went to talk to Popola after doing the first half of Two Brothers Weaponry, Popola instead told me that, hey, you've got a letter waiting for you in your mailbox. So then I did the first half of Facade. So then after doing the first half of Facade, I went and did the Forest of Myth. And then after that, I chose, oh, let's go talk to Popola, which of course starts the Aerie mission. Excuse me. So what I'm curious about is there a way to make the Aerie the last one that you do? And I'm sure that there is, and I'm sure people have looked into it themselves, but I haven't looked into it. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist because I haven't been able to do it myself. But we are going to be playing through this game one more time. So, not so much anymore. I just got this letter from the village chief. From the office of the chief of the Aerie to Popola. My greetings to you and your village. I hope everything is going well. Our village has shut itself away from the world for far too many years, and we have therefore decided it's time to change our ways. As part of this endeavor, we have resolved to establish a shop within the village. It is now open for business, and I look forward to seeing a great many customers visit from all over the world. With regards to the sacrifice keyword you wrote about, one of our villagers claimed to know the meaning behind the term. You are more than welcome to speak with them on the matter as part of your visit to the Aerie. I hope to hear again from you soon. Sacrifice? This is it. But how? I brought this up with leaders from every town in the land. You did? This entire affair strikes me as a bit too convenient. I'm afraid Grimoire Weiss is correct. What? Oh, come on. What now? The Aerie has been shut off from the world for years. And now they've not only opened trade routes, but they're freely exchanging information about the Shadow Lord. I agree. It seems rather unnatural. Yeah, well, it doesn't bother me. I won't get Yona back if I sit here and try to make sense of every little thing. If there's shades there, I'll just kill them all and be done with it. Oh dear. Well, if that's the way you feel, I guess I won't stop you. I'm gonna eat this last piece of chicken. Give me a second. Try speaking with the chief when you get there. And away we go. I'd be worried about the fact that we haven't
The
gotten...
Aerie, huh?
Nope.
All right. Let's go see the chief.
What a soul-crushing place.
I'd be worried that we haven't gotten another Damascus Steel yet, but we are going to be running through the junk heap probably again next week. I'm probably going to see about doing the junk heap last on this playthrough, and then when I do the Route C playthrough, I'll see if I can do the Aerie last. I'm not 100% certain how I'm going to handle Route D for this particular playthrough, because with Replicant, I had the benefit of Route D being...
I can fathom that village opening a mercantile. Must have truly opened their minds.
Excuse me.
You think so? I have my doubts. Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kainé?
We do not desire
We do not desire needless conflict.
If we can continue to live with humans,
then we can continue to live peacefully.
but that man will come.
Yes, that man will come.
Oh, you're talking about me.
He will kill us all. He will kill our women and children.
What should we do? What can we do?
What can't we do?
That place is a shithole.
Don't be so nervous, kainé. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many
fuck is
terrible little memories, isn't it, kainé?
Oh, she's further up, isn't she?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Excuse me. Oh, God. Or, wait, does she just hang out by her house? I forget. But yeah, with Replicant, I had the benefit that, like, ending D wasn't, like, the ending of that game. So, like, I could just, like, start the game at, like, the final boss fight. And be like, it's fine because, you know. I'm not gonna be, like, ending the stream early anyway. Because I would have to go through the whole, like, where the fuck is kainé in this scene? But, like, I would be going through the whole Route E scenario as well. But with Gestalt, of course, there is no Route E. Although, that does give me this does give me an idea. Okay, I might actually know what to do for that one. So don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry one bit. A bitch has an idea. I'm bitching the scenario if that's not, like, immediately clear.
Hey.
We're here from Popola's village. It's all over. I'm here to ask about the letter you sent. Our days are numbered. Our village is doomed. As cheerful as ever, it seems. Okay, that's enough. We know you wrote the letter. I don't know about any letter. Oh, god damn it. It may be faster for us to take our inquiries elsewhere. Let us ask around. Someone must know something. I've been thinking about the possibility of doing, like, another run through the Darksiders games. And how I would go about that. Because, like, I already have art for all the Darksiders games, but, like, it's art of, like, using Asachark's older design without hair. And I would feel kind of weird in some cases, like going back and asking an artist, hey, could you add hair to this art from, like, 5 years ago? So I'm thinking about the possibility of just, like, kind of making it sort of its own... kind of like ongoing event thing where it's just like you know what I could call it? I could call it like Strive for Strife, because we would be like working towards getting to Darksiders Genesis, which is the only game in the series I haven't played yet, and then that way I just need to get Strife art and we can just kind of, like, go from there. I would need to figure out who I would commission for that, though. Hey, man. Let's go ahead and get this over with. A letter, huh? Yeah, I think I heard something about that. So you know about the letter? Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Which is it, man? Oh, and if I may ask, are you friends of Kainé? You could say that. Ah, I've heard the rumors. You're to hunt shades, are you? Exactly. Our aim is to defeat every last one. Every last one?
Everyone? Everyone? Everyone, everyone, everyone.
Yeah, man, every one.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
Look out! This man is a shade.
It's a trap!
I thought as much.
They've been possessed somehow.
Keep your guard up. Others are surely lurking nearby.
What? I got bored.
1,000 apologies. We were distracted by the local welcoming party.
Mind if I join you?
A carnival of murder? I love it.
Kainé, the villagers are possessed.
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
Ooh, item drop rate up. Okay, hold up. I need to add that onto this sword. That is a boost. Hot damn. Okay. Hopefully this means I get a lot of good shit when I do,
Why did you have to come? Everything was fine until you appeared.
Ashrakar. Physical defense plus 20. Looks like I don't use that one. Do I have any upgrades to either of these? No. Woo.
Ow, Mom, it hurts. What's wrong?
Okay.
Who are the humans?
Who are the humans? A question for the ages, really. Hey, Kainé.
Get out of here! No! I'm not going to abandon my sister!
Kainé, who are they?
Don't believe her. This woman's a shade.
My sister! No!
Hi, Spike Spencer.
You people are the true monsters!
Stay back. Your sister is one of them now.
I don't care! She's my sister and I love her!
Damn. I gotta make a gross noise real quick. 1 second.
Wanted to live our lives in peace.
Kainé!
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
Damn, alright.
Kill them now!
No! You've got to stop this! I'm trying to save you from the shades! Please, please
Emil! We need to get out of here! Kainé! Kainé, get up! Hurry!
Oh, the little vixen has finally run out of steam. Is it my turn now? Are you sure about that, sunshine?
Stop this at once!
Leave us in peace!
Oh, I love being just insanely broken. Ooh, big swirl. Hold on. Oh. The villagers are under attack over there. Alright, I guess I'll go help, sure.
This is all your fault.
What could that black swirl be? Who knows what it could be? It could be anything, really. Ow.
I blame you for all this!
Ow. Ugh. Nothing good.
This beast a shade as well?
That thing sucked up the villagers.
We have to stop! We killed them all! I can't!
Village. Oh, world. Where am I? Who am I? We need Dark Lance.
I feel something from within the bulb.
Do I have like updated like yeah, I do.
Is this the true power of the Shades?
It will take more than a barrage of magic to stop us.
What does that even
First
mean?
to
Is this
waver is the first to die.
Okay, calm down, Vice.
I sense magic coming from the middle of that eye.
It's not looking at me right now, so I can't really. Oh, jeez. Oh, now it turns downward. Of course.
Wait, stop! I think those are people!
Hold nothing back. There's a shade. The
Aha.
surrounding tentacles appear to deflect magic.
Bops you one. Bops you again.
Such agility!
Oh, it's not taking any more damage because we have to get into the next phase. Oop. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Solzar. MP recovery rate plus 25%. Hell yes, I'll take it.
magic on the beast's center!
Oh, I didn't need that many. And here comes the giant fist! Uh-oh. So that's bad, right?
Something's coming!
Ah, big laser. Ooh, big laser. Ooh, big laser. Whoop. Whoop.
I'll pin it down!
Please do.
Its weak point is located around the back. Attack it from above.
Emil!
Emil!
I'll keep it busy! You should be able to attack! From behind! Go around! Get it!
Working on it.
Please! Hurry!
The lad can take care of himself. We must circle to the creature's rear.
Working on it. And kainé still CP.
Move closer. You cannot harm it from below.
Vice? I swear to God. Excuse me.
You must strike it in the eye.
Are you there yet?
Whew. Pop a health salve.
Did we get it?
It is escaping to the inner level.
I'm coming. Gotta catch my breath.
Carefully, Emil. It won't help anyone if we lose you here.
Alright. I wonder why the butterflies gather around it.
We beat the hell out of that thing. How can it still move?
Its combined powers are beyond even my greatest suspicion.
Oh, calm down. It's not that big a deal.
Unless we slay the core, all hope is lost.
Oop. Go ahead. Take these guys out real quick. We don't gotta deal with their shit. Oh, don't do that. Oh no, Emil. He'll be fine. That's it. Get a little bit closer. There you go. Ow.
Help me take it out!
I'm on it.
Just one. One's all I need. Woo. I'm checking the Team Apple stream to see where they're at. See if maybe I should stop now or not.
Emil, wait! He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
This ain't good, Sunshine.
If you heard that, I had their Twitch stream open on my phone, just asking if, like, sometime in the next few minutes would be a bad time to raid. But we gotta get through these cutscenes first. Damn. Go off, King.
What have I done? I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved our lives. Didn't you? If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead.
But also, because of you, all of them are dead. But we're fine.
It's all right. Don't look back.
The strongest being on Earth. Obtained a key. Obtained the sacrifice key. Because we sacrificed all those people. We'd best be off. Yeah. But that's going to be it for us today. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch with special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and co-host at AcidXShark. That's AcidXShark. Or on YouTube at AcidXShark. On my socials, you can catch streams as they happen. On YouTube, you can catch them after they happen. Art for the stream was done by Audrey and B of Team Catpull, who we are going to be rating. You can find them on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and co-host at Team Catpull. That's TEAMCATPLE. You should commission them. They're open for commissions. Use their commission form. Don't email them. They'll email you. Don't DM them. If you do DM them, don't be weird. Please don't be weird to my friends. They're going to be back on stream now, so we will make fun of you if you're weird to them. Upcoming streams tomorrow. Final Fantasy 14. We're gonna be talking about what's it called? The FanFest keynote. We're gonna be talking about all sorts of other cool shit. I'm excited. You should be excited. Friday, Audrey and B will be back for Bayonetta 3. We're gonna finally be getting back into that. I'm excited for that. You should be excited. Just be excited, honestly. Saturday, we're doing Alan Wake 2, the final draft. I'm excited for that. You should be excited. We'll be back next week for NieR. I shouldn't need to say it the fourth fucking time. Get hype. And yeah, that's everything. I'll see y'all next time on the Shark stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care.